These days, you probably won't have the opportunity to see one of the greatest NBA centers of all time play, otherwise known as Diesel, Big Shamrock, or Dr. Shaq. So, how is Shaquille O'Neal still recognizable despite having not graced our presence with a professional on-court appearance in over a decade now? Well, it's his brand. When he retired from the NBA, Shaq began building an empire that made him arguably more famous, more rich than he was at the height of his basketball career. That's why we're breaking down why Shaquille O'Neal might be better at business than basketball. Number 5. Restaurant deals. Lots of pro athletes are dipping their hands into long-term investments. You may have noticed LeBron James's Blaze Pizza, for example. But the guy to really make a trend of pro athlete turned restaurateurs was Shaq. Shaquille O'Neal really puts his money where his mouth is, owning a whopping 155 Five Guy franchises, 17 Auntie Anne's pretzel stands, and over $20 million in endorsement deals for food products such as Fruity Pebbles, Muscle Milk, Vitamin Water, and Arizona Cream Soda, just to name a few. When you have that much capital across such a wide variety of products, you might start to think Dr. Shaq's gone a bit nuts. But there's actually a method to his madness, and it's paying off big time. When it comes to Shaq's food investments and endorsements, his strategy is simple but pure. He only chooses businesses with products that he actually uses. He has turned down a number of high-profile opportunities, including the coveted Wheaties athlete deal, which includes having your image glorified on the box for millions to enjoy while they eat breakfast. Still, Shaq just doesn't eat those particular products and wants his business dealings to be authentic. Another big name he turned down was a little coffee company called Starbucks. These ventures have turned out to be a smart investment for Shaquille, as his restaurant deals and food endorsements help him rack in about $60 million every year. Number 4. Fitness franchises. A more obvious investment Shaquille O'Neal has made since he left basketball has been his fitness franchises. Having your local gym owner boast 4 NBA championship rings can be a pretty convincing argument to sign up for his fitness plan. Shaq is obviously a world-renowned athlete, and you can't help but respect what he was able to accomplish in terms of producing wins. When it comes to fitness business, Shaq knows what he's talking about. He is currently the franchise owner of 40 24-hour fitness locations across the country. However, his gyms aren't your ordinary 24-hour fitness setup. Despite being part of a pretty massive chain, Shaquille O'Neal likes to put his own personal spin on his locations. It's truly a reflection of his commitment to fitness and living an active lifestyle. This includes his 24-hour fitness Shaq Sport Clubs located in Miami, Florida. The man himself claims his franchise locations are Shaq-size, boasting massive floor layouts and tons of equipment. Of course, when it comes to owning a 24-hour fitness, Shaq took notes from some other legendary athletes. These include basketball legends Earvin Magic Johnson, who launched a string of successful 24-hour fitness Magic Johnson sports clubs in 2001, and tennis great Andre Agassi, whose own 24-hour fitness Agassi sports clubs premiered years ago. Picking such a well-known, successful brand to invest in was a very smart move, and Shaquille O'Neal makes a nice sum of money from his gyms each year. For whatever reason, Shaq seems to have that magic touch, as he often invests in companies right before they explode. For example, he was an early investor in Ring before they were purchased by Amazon, and even held lots of stock in Google, which leads us to Number 3. Tech investor. Shaquille O'Neal may be the most hilarious NBA player out there, but that does not mean he isn't an extremely intelligent and savvy businessman. You don't earn a doctorate without some wisdom behind you. While it's not certain just how he got in as a Google investor before the company went public, he did it. It's pretty shocking to think he was able to pull it off, but it has definitely helped boost him into a position that he is in today. As anyone can plainly see, this was definitely the right business move to make. Just think about this. Before Google went public in 2004, the company stock traded at $85 per share. Now, one share of Google stock trades well over $700. Google isn't the only company in Shaq's stock portfolio, as he regularly trades penny stocks for fun and has other significant investments. In the tech arena, Shaquille O'Neal is also invested in Loyal3, a San Francisco startup that revolves around giving individuals IPO access. Not only that, but Shaq was also an early investor in Ring, the doorbell security camera. When it sold to Amazon for almost $2 billion, Shaq was able to cash in big time. Number 2. Real estate. Anyone interested in investing in something outside the stock market often looks to real estate. Of course, when you're a pro athlete who is taking in millions of dollars a year, you often have a leg up on the kinds of properties that you can buy. Shaq, for instance, has made real estate a staple of his business empire. He has stakes in both residential and commercial properties. In 2006, the former basketball star created the O'Neal Group, which has quite an impressive portfolio. The first project that Shaq invested in through this venture was the Met Miami, which is a residential high-rise that has more than 1,000 units. This luxury apartment building boasts incredible views and has some of the most expensive units in the city. Of course, Shaq gets a cut of all of that. In Las Vegas, he's also part owner of nightclubs. As many fans know, Shaq does like a good party, and apparently he has mastered how to mix business with pleasure. Shaquille O'Neal has also invested in Newark, New Jersey properties including Cityplex 12, a theater that O'Neal bought and renovated and is now very profitable. Being that he's proudly from there, it makes sense that Shaq would give back to his hometown. It's not just real estate that has caught Shaq's eye. Number 1. Cars. While many big-time athletes like spending their money on buying cars, Shaq is putting his to work when it comes to the auto industry. O'Neal is regularly approached by individuals and companies with various endorsement and business proposals, most of which he turns down. However, the latest company to get a yes from Shaq is the General Auto Insurance Company, which currently sells insurance in 44 U.S. states. You may have seen the commercials featuring the company's quirky mascot, and it has been very interesting to see how Shaq fits in as the General's new spokesman. Shaquille O'Neal's ties to the company go back decades. When he was in college at Louisiana State University, Shaq insured his Ford Bronco through the General. He was happy with the service back then and appreciated how a company representative helped him figure out which coverage was best for his needs. Not knowing anything about buying auto insurance, it was a lesson that he took with him. Today, Shaquille O'Neal is still a customer of the General, and it seems everything has come full circle. It just goes to show how far quality customer service can get you. Shaq's personality is larger than life, and every business venture that he gets involved in reflects his one-of-a-kind style. This newest one will be no exception. In addition to his latest foray into auto insurance, Shaquille O'Neal owns 150 car washes. With his ambitious investments, there is no telling what Shaq will touch and turn to gold next. There's no doubt that Shaquille O'Neal will continue to grow his business empire well into the future. He has been very clear that he intends to pass things down to his children if they work hard enough. That means not only graduate degrees, but also master's degrees. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any new content. This has been our breakdown of why Shaquille O'Neal might be better at business than basketball.